to help get this program back to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 2009?
Oh, we are really fired up. I mean, last year that was our goal. We hosted and we ended up losing to Georgia Tech. Didn't feel like we played our best match. So early in the fall, we sat around and just made some goals and decided that this year was going to be the year we're going to host and get through. So it was a battle, but we were able to do it. So we're really looking forward to going to Athens for sure.
What does it mean to you, though, personally? I mean, to help get this program back to where it's been striving for so long.
I think it's great. I mean, South Carolina tennis has a rich history. In 2009, I guess they made the Elite Eight, and as I came in, I guess we were rebuilding a little bit, and I'd established the culture here that we were looking to establish, and it took a few years to get us there. But to reap the fruits of our labor a little bit more each year, and finally this year getting to the round of 16, hopefully further, feels great.
Kevin, what is it going to take to beat the Buckeyes, and what sort of advantages do you think USC has over Ohio State right now?
I'm not real familiar with the Buckeye program right now. I mean, they live pretty far away, and they live in cold weather. So we're happy to get them down south. We're happy to get them in our territory where the heat's here, and maybe having to play a few bit longer rallies. But what they've done up there has been incredible. Their number one player is a superstar, and I know they're a very, very feisty team. And they've had a great year. So we expect it to be a battle, but we're going to do what we've been doing every match, and that's just looking to work harder than our opponents and establish our games throughout the course of the match.
What made USC so good this year?
I think building on last year. I mean, I think confidence from last year. I think last year was the year that we really kind of outplayed our level, meaning girls were really stepping up and playing higher than what people thought they were capable of. This year our confidence kind of matched that. We feel like we belong, and I feel like we know deep down that we could have gone a little bit further last year. So we just want to do the best we can and get as far as we can. We know that we could play. The thing about the SEC, I mean, we have 11 of the top 25 teams. The number one a team in the nation was the number 3 seed in the tournament. The number 9 team in the nation was the number 10 seed in the SEC tournament. So we've been exposed to that level all year. So it's kind of hardened us and gotten us used to the level. So nothing's really going to surprise us. We're ready for anything.
Kevin, what is your message to the girls about how to handle the bigness of this moment, the pressure of playing at a higher level in the Sweet 16? What do you tell them about how to handle that?
Well, anytime you get to a new level, I mean, this is going to be a new experience for a lot of them. And the key is going to be to diminish that. It's really going to be to focus on the things that we do well. Realize that you don't have to overplay in these scenarios. Your regular stuff is good enough. What we did got us here, and what we do will get us further. We don't have to overplay. We're going to have banquets and other teams and all sorts of things. And you just can't. You got to kind of block that stuff out and just sort of focus on the mission and do what we do well.
Yeah. Why did you change the conditioning from last year to this year? I mean, the team was talking about how last year at this time they were burnt out, and they feel that was maybe the reason they were running out of gas, weren't able to finish and get to the Sweet 16. What changed in your mind that has allowed this team to be more fresh?
Well, I think that's part of it. I think we spent a lot emotionally last year early in the season. We went on a tear early in the season, and we just out exceeded what a lot of people were thinking of us. Then we kind of just crashed. But I think there is some legitimacy to that comment because we have backed off on the conditioning quite a bit. We work hard in the fall. But because the SEC matches are so tough and you're playing them Friday and Sunday and you're just getting maxed out, maybe showing up back home if you're on a road trip at midnight, and then you got to be back in class 8 in the morning, it just takes its toll over the course of the season. So we use some heart rate technology that kind of gives us a read on the recovery rate and so on. We started realizing that they were just being pushed a little too hard. And I think in an old school way, people just would push, and you got to be tougher. But at some point, you start breaking them down. And I think we realized last year we probably pushed them a little too hard once we started getting the data this year from our heart rate technology.
Ohio State, like you said, appears to be kind of really good at the top. They got a great player at number 1, but do you feel like maybe you have a little advantage, or the strengths is at the back end for you with Bridget and Hadley and the way they've played this year?
Yeah, I think, it's hard to say. I mean, I haven't seen them play that much. I do know that they play a lot of indoor tennis out there, and we play a lot of outdoor tennis. I do know that we're very strong, or have been getting a lot of points down at the lower end of our lineup, so they're going to have to contend with with those players, and they're going to have to contend with their doubles, which we feel like is starting to come into form now. So, that point will be a tough one to get. We feel like if our number one is playing well, she can hang with her. But we're going to be ready to battle in some hot outdoor conditions, and that's kind of probably going to be our biggest advantage.
You mentioned this weekend that you needed to see a little more from doubles. Will that be a focus during practice this week as you guys go down there to try to?
Yeah, I mean, we've struggled with doubles this year, but towards the end of the year we started playing a lot better. In the last match, I think we were a little bit rusty. We ended up getting the doubles point, which was nice. But I feel like we have yet to play our best doubles across the board. And a couple of years ago, Vanderbilt won the national championship. They weren't winning that many doubles points, but they didn't lose a doubles point in the tournament. And I think we're in a position right now where we feel like we can compete against anybody in doubles. So we'll work on it the next couple days. Not a whole lot of time left, but I think we're positioned well to play some good doubles there.
What is it about Athens that that facility you mentioned you feel is the best facility in NCAA as far as tennis is concerned? What about that venue do you think really helps you guys?
Well, there's so much history in Athens. I mean, it's a beautiful setting. You have so many crowds. So the town is used to having the national tournament there. So they come out and support it. So you get crowds, thousands of people for your matches. Makes it feel real special. But it's a great town, and it's a great tennis town. But the history goes back, decades and decades. I was looking at a video the other night of John McEnroe playing John Sadri in the 1976 NCAA finals in Athens, Georgia on court 3, and it looks exactly the same as it does now. Most of the best tennis experiences I've had, at least at a national collegiate level, have been in Athens. It's just a great venue. So and I've been telling the girls that all year, so they've been fighting for it.
Talk about one of the best experiences down in Athens, but what was this experience like getting that ice bath the other day?
They weren't real discreet about it. I mean, I saw that coming from a long way away. And I heard my daughter my 3-year-old up in the stands yelling, "Run, Daddy, run!" so I knew they were up to something. But I ran away and then thought about it. I said, you know what, let them have their fun.
What would another Gatorade bath, meaning for you in this program if you guys are able to advance and go all the way?
Oh gosh, I mean, we're going to take it one at a time. But if we were able to do something, it's the year of the Gamecock, right? The basketball programs have done unbelievably well. A lot of our sports programs are doing well on the national stage, and watching that we're going to sort of use them as some motivation. The basketball teams, both programs, and just take it match by match. And if we can do anything what they've done, we'll be real happy.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck out there.
All right, thank you.